Off the cuff radio, King Eric, the media assassin. What's goody with y'all, man? The YouTube universe. Had to go and do a live about this here. Come on, let's go. A lot of things to talk about, man. A lot of things to talk about right here. Hold on, I'm about to wait to at least see some activity before I really go live and start speaking on these topics. But welcome to Off the Cuff Radio, the live stream. That's right. I like sometimes doing live streams because a lot of times when I do videos, it takes a lot of time when it comes to doing the thumbnail. It's a lot of work at times. So I like just sometimes just coming up there and speaking to y'all. Coming to y'all like how I come to y'all with this truth, man. But nevertheless, welcome to Off the Cuff Radio, the live stream version. This is King Eric, the media assassin. You can hear me every Friday night or, Saturday night on Screwball Radio with my boys Black Poet and Comet. You can hear us every Saturday night on Screwball Radio. We got the replays everywhere on iHeartRadio. We got it on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to that, So we steady working out here. We steady working, man. But, man, it's a lot of things that's been going on, man. A lot of things been transpired for the past 2 days since the Grammys. You got a lot of worldly events taking place. You got a lot of craziness going on. And the first thing I'm going to touch on, before I touch on the Offset and Jay Prince situation, I'm going to talk about the Grammys. I'm going to give my personal intake about the Grammys. Still don't know why people who put emphasis in the Grammy, they're culturally biased. We need to support our own facts. Now, my thoughts about the Grammys was this. Of course, it had its agendas. I didn't watch it all. I didn't want to watch that Sam Smith shit. I seen a lot of cornballs winning that. And then the funny part about it is a lot of black people act like they deserve those records. You mean to tell me, for example, that country singer, nobody knows this woman's records from a can of paint. She outbeats the hottest black artists out there. That told me right there, like, okay, they don't want to blackify this thing too much, so we're going to balance it out a little bit. Because they knew when they did the Hip Hop 50, we was going to take over the show, which we did. The Hip Hop 50 of celebration was dope, actually. It was actually dope. You had a lot of legendary acts out there. You had Scarface. You had Big Boy. You had Grandmaster Flash. You had LL. You had who else? De La Soul, Rakim. I was surprised as hell to see Rakim out there. Rakim was looking fresh. Cause Rakim, let's be real, man. Rakim, every time we used to see Rakim, he used to come out rocking that Burlington Coat Factory shit. But we seen the guard fresh to death, So that was a beautiful moment right there in hip hop. Now, you know what really would have been beautiful? If they would have brought out Kool G Rap. I would have marked out if they would have brought Kool G Rap. I'm from Hollywood, and that shit hella Hollywood. If it wasn't, you would see Kodak Black and Lil Durk, and we sell albums. They don't play us. Speak more on that, bro. Because, yeah, man. L.A. Yo, what's up, man? West Coast. Cause my man what's his name? JD. Big shout out to JD. Oh, you said it wrong. My bad, dog. My bad, man. I'm getting long day's work, player. Long day's work, man. But check this. Now, my man JD from the Lynch Mob, he was talking about the lack of West Coast representation of the Grammys today. There was some people that was already unhappy about it. Now, they did what they can do considering the time format. They did what they could do. They had to include the female MCs, which was Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah. You had to include Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes. But he did make a point. There should have been more West Coast representation. Like, you can't have that without NWA representation. Like, 'cause that's the tree that birthed all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there should have been homage to Eazy-E. They should have had Cube at least be a representation because you know he had Dre out there. They figured we get Dre an award. That's representation of the West itself. But they had Too Short and Ice T, which was cool. Big shout out to my man Ice T. That was cool to see. I understand where they was coming from. You know, we want proper West Coast representation, but I understood the formula. And I'm gonna keep it real. And a lot of people don't want to admit it. But when they brought Lil Baby out there, Lil Baby killed the crowd. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Lil Baby killed the flow and the energy of all that. Nobody wanted to hear that trap shit. Nobody wanted to hear none of that. They try to bring Glorilla out there to, you know what I'm saying, energize the flow a little bit, energize the crowd back, but Lil Baby sunk the tank. He sunk it right there. Nobody wanted to hear none of that watered down. No disrespect to him, but nobody wanted to hear that type of music right now, man. You had Public Enemy out there. You had LL Cool J. You had all these people that brought the golden magic, and we go back to reality. And no disrespect to Lil Baby. Lil Baby had some cool songs, but nobody wanted to hear that type of music, man. If you was going to do that, you have to put them in the beginning of the joint. I would have to put them in the beginning. They have to put them in the beginning. I put Lil Uzi Vert in the beginning to hype the crowd, then bring Lil Baby out, then bring Glorilla out, then have the legends finish it off. Cause he killed that crowd, man. No disrespect to Lil Baby, but you know you can't hang with no legends right now, young man. But you could be on your way. No hate to him. Now, what else happened, man? I know Beyonce won her awards. Good for her. But you know how they had with the Kendrick Lamar won the best rap album. Hold on, I'm gonna read some of the results because I didn't see all of it. I just want to see the hip hop part. I ain't really give a damn. Honestly, I don't give a damn about the Grammys. Honestly, quite honestly. And what gets me with Willie D was oh shit. Willie D was upset. Willie D was upset that he didn't get an invite. And I'm like, nigga, you was the same nigga that said you ain't give a damn about a goddamn Grammy. They looked at, come on, man. They tracked that record down, dog. The trophy joint from the Ghetto Boys, We Can't Be Stopped. They tracked that down. They probably looked you up. They was like, nah, we ain't bringing this nigga up here. Nah, man. We don't give a fuck about a goddamn Grammy. They like, okay, call face. Then he's sitting there talking about they should have called him. I'm like, nigga, you dissed the Grammys. What are you talking about? You know what it remind me of? It remind me with Ice Cube. These rappers is slick, bro. It remind me with Ice Cube back in 1991. I never have dinner with the president. I never have dinner with a president. I never have dinner with a president. We turned on Eazy-E for that. And here come this nigga. Yo, I'm trying to meet up with Joe Biden or Donald Trump so we could get this Black America plan going on. But you just shitted on Eazy. These rappers is sunny, yo. But going back to what I was saying, talking about the Grammys and everything, salute to Kendrick Lamar. I think they figured that. I think they figured that since Kendrick Lamar won Album of the Year, they like, yo, that's the best y'all gonna get. You know what I mean? They figured, well, Kendrick Lamar, he won Album of the Year. We gave him that. Rap Album of the Year. So we gonna give him that. You gave you Dre. I guess that's what they figure. I guess that's how they figure in their mind, so they could justify it. But I agree, there should have been strong West Coast representation. They should have had the NWA out there. Like, none of this is possible without NWA, man. PE and NWA alone. That's why I didn't like that shit that Charlamagne said about Outkast and Wu-Tang being the most influential groups in hip-hop. I strongly disagree, with all due respect to Wu-Tang and Outkast. But niggas wanted to be like NWA growing up, man. Like, niggas want to be like the Ghetto Boy. Niggas want to be like NWA. They won't into that kung fu shit. And I say that with all due respect. They won't into that kung fu stuff like that, bro. And they damn sure won't try to dress like Andre. So NWA, their impact is felt to this day. to this day. But of course, you know, in Grammys fashion, you know, Lizzo won. Congratulations to her. Beyonce, she was the talk of the town that night. And honestly, I didn't really like the performance that Jay-Z, he did his part, but Wayne and Ross didn't sound right to me. That performance could have been better. I don't know if it was the mics. I don't know if it was people were tired. But it was a good closer record, but Wayne and Ross didn't really deliver like they should have. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion on that. But what do you guys think of the Grammys? Now, a lot of niggas is mad about the Grammys. Like I mentioned, Willie D was mad about the Grammys. Chris Brown was mad about the Grammys when he was coming at the dude. What's his name? Robert Glasper. Dope artist, by the way. Yeah, Robert Glasper. I think that's his name. Now, Chris should have done his research on that because Robert Glasper been putting in a lot of work, man. That Black Radio joint, those are my joints right there, man. He's one of the few people that's actually carrying R&B in the top lane. I mean, I'm gonna breathe the resume, man. This is the resume of people that he worked with. Glasper been putting in a lot of work behind the scenes, man. He worked with a lot of your favorite rappers. I'm talking, hold on, let me show the numbers. We talking Mos Def, we talking Lupe Fiasco, we talking Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, Bilal, Q-Tip. Who else? I think he's over Jay Dilla, did he? Yeah, sure did. Let me see. Angela Davis. He worked with Dave Chappelle, Tiffany Haddish. Stu resume pretty strong. And I know people like Chris Brown a little more because you know him a little more. But come on, let's keep it brick, man. Chris Brown albums ain't hitting. Chris Brown needs a producer. If anything, nigga, you need to work with Robert. Robert could probably give you a sound. He could probably be your Quincy Jones to your Michael Jackson, nigga. Because, you know, you need a producer. You need one producer that could bring your strengths out. Your albums, you working like a coke fiend. You just throwing triple albums out there, and your fan base, they too slow enough to even digest them. So you gotta come with some art, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come with some art with this, man. Because them albums ain't hitting, dog. And the tunes, he'll have a banger here and there. Like, he'll have some dope shit. But nobody listen to his albums like that, though. Like, he ain't got a strong album range. He got some hot songs, but you don't have a strong album range. Anybody disagree, shoot it to me. Let me know. Like, your album's got to be hitting, dog. Nobody listen to 3 discs, especially in this era. So, man, if he's smart, he need to link up with one producer that can really be his Quincy. Or either that or just reunite with Tiger. And do that best of both worlds deal that you light-skinned niggas been doing. But that fan of a fan joint. Do a part 4 for that. But you got to do your research, man. You got to do your research on certain people, man. I'd rather lose to him than lose to Jack Harlow. Like, you better be thankful you ain't lose to him. But see, what else happened at the Grammys last night? Beyonce did her speech. She thanked Jay-Z. Overall, it was decent. Even though we got to understand this, man. And I wish, just like my man said earlier, I wish there was more of us could come to our black music shows, man. Our black movie shows for a change. I hate seeing the Soul Train Awards look empty because black people don't want to come to our show, but yet go to that shit. And yet when you lose, you begging. Like, fill them Soul Train Awards. I remember the Soul Train Awards used to be a bigger deal than the Grammys. We ain't care about that shit. And you know some people went up there? They went to the Soul Train Awards out of representation. Because it was an obligation. Death Row Records would go to both. Like, look, you represent the brand, you go to every music show. You don't just go to select the white shows, you go to all of them. And Death Row was everywhere, man. Death Row was on every show. They were everywhere mobbing. So, at the end of the day, man, with the Grammys, it was a lot better than it was last year. A lot of the satanic visuals I didn't like. I don't know. This is going on to the next topic. I seen Quavo's performance, and let me be the first to say this because I said this earlier. And niggas can get mad all they want to, but Quavo didn't sacrifice Takeoff. Because let me ask you guys this question here, and I want to know, what would he gain out of sacrificing his own cousin? Huh? What would he gain out of sacrificing his own cousin? Usually when sacrifices happen, you gain something. Instead of Chris Brown roasting Robert Glasper, he should reach out to Glasper. He need to learn something. That's true. He probably thought Glasper was white, honestly. But based on what you said, Chris Brown needs a producer that can help him find his sound and break that mold. Give us that classic album that he's capable of doing. But going back to the question, Quavo sacrificing Takeoff. I'm not no Migos fan at all like that. I mean, I respect what they brought to the table, but at the same time, we got to speak facts here. What would he gain out of sacrificing his own cousin? The Migos have pretty much reached their glass ceiling. Offset tried to do the solo thing years ago. It didn't work. So what's different this time around? He gonna go on tour with Madonna? Elton John gonna put him in the whip? What's different now? He gonna go platinum the first day he drop? Cause is he gonna get back into the whip? Or the doom ship? Is Rock Nation gonna holler at him? Let me know. Just cause some of that stuff, I seen niggas, they play with the black hand, but at the same time, they play with the black hand magic when they experiment with it in music and stuff. But when it comes to really brokering power deals, that shit don't exist. What the Quavo look like taking meetings with the Bilderbergs about acquiring land in Sudan or somewhere? That don't even make sense. Niggas believe anything. These rappers don't have that type of power. So if he was to sacrifice Takeoff, he should be up here right now. He should be way up here right now. I'm talking about elevated status. I'm talking about more riches. I'm talking about more credentials up the ranks. He should be eating brunch at Disney right now, not Jay-Z. He should be eating brunch with Elon Musk. Come on, man. Y'all, people deep. They go too deep in the hole with that, man. Just think about that for a minute. He should be having dinner with Elon Musk right now if he sacrificed Takeoff. Now, even the theory, people said Suge killed Easy when Suge already had Dr. Dre and Multiplat. Suge, yeah. Niggas say anything stupid, bro. Suge didn't even have the juice to kill Eazy-E like that. He won't even, even when they said in the movie, they said that he injected him and stuff like that. He didn't have that type of juice to even do it like that. Easy was too connected. Come on, said he the women the phrase homie over hoes. Now going on to the next topic. Talking about this interview here with talk about this interview that I seen with Jay Prince, his son, on $1 million worth of game with Gilly and Wallow. Now I'm gonna be the first advocate for saying this because I'm tired of people trying to bully black interviewers. This whole thing is not their fault. Wallow and Gilly are only doing their jobs as journalists, as interviewers, or whatever they call themselves. They can't help what come out of Jay Prince's mouth. They're not responsible for what come out of another grown man's mouth. And see, this is the problem I have with black people. Like, it's like we always try to bully, we always try to muscle other black people when it comes to them trying to get content. I didn't, just like, for example, I'm gonna speak on this. I didn't like how the Locks trying to bully J Hood. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that. They trying to bully J Hood because J Hood went on Matt Hoffa to speak his story. Instead of calling Matt Hoffa and and you go on a live and just try to little man's J Hood. J Hood's a grown ass man. You ain't talking to him like a kid no more. But yet, Sheik goes on Vlad, talking the same business. What's your take on the Rock Nation brunch? None of the superstars showed up. Is Jay reigns over? Good question. Now, I think the brunch is something, actually, it's basically Jay-Z's Easter event. I don't really think too much about it, my brother. I mean, I think of it as just a good event. He figured he want to do his own little Oscar event like Puffy does his little Hamptons. I say, look, go ahead and do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the celebrity ideal worship behind it, because now people are making it like, oh, we got to be like these people. And plus, I don't like the funny outfits either. You know what I mean? So if they want to, if that's a cool fly networking thing, that's cool with me. That's cool with me to see for the visual. Yeah, I seen the interview. It's kind of eerie. Yeah, but see, like I was saying with the J Hood Styles thing, I don't like how people keep trying to bully Matt Hoffa. Oh, you should know better. Man, he's trying to get content. Mikey T, the movie star, and Vlad be doing the same thing, and niggas don't say nothing. Y'all go on their platforms. Y'all go on No Jumper. But yeah, every time a black person trying to break the mold and go viral with some content, everybody want to sit there and check us. No. Y'all don't check them. Hoffa, man, there's no friends in this business. There's no friends in this business, period. Is the Lots going to bring Hoffa on tour with them? Did you see that Funk Flex said he was sorry for blackballing the Wu since 97? That's my case. I remember talking about this months ago. They ain't no friends in this shit. None. These rappers be sitting there thinking, yo, that's my mans, I gave you an interview. Nigga, we ain't friends. You ain't helping me pay rent. Now, I appreciate you for taking the time to chop it up with me, but at the end of the day, there's no friends in this. You ain't taking me on tour. You ain't getting me no backstage access. So, what good? So there's no loyalty in this. I don't have no obliged loyalty to none of these guys. Out of all these people in this business, I'll probably consider 20 artists as good friends. 20 artists within the popular realm. The rest of these dudes, man, nah. Hoffa don't owe that. Hoffa don't owe Style shit, because Hoffa tried to reach to them. Them niggas didn't pick up the phone. They was on that Hollywood shit. He tried reaching them. So he's like, okay, what do you do? I got this content with J Hood. I try to reach y'all. I gotta eat. Rent is high. Inflation is kicking my ass. I owe this respect to this man. We sat here for 3 hours, and you think I sat with a nigga for 3 hours, I'm not gonna put it out? Please. Please. You gonna sit with somebody for 3 hours and don't put the interview out? I'm gotta wait for your permission? Nigga, please. There's no friends in this. And then, just like I was saying before, the blackballing is real, man, because a lot of them do that. Even with the Nori Cuban link thing. Yeah, man, 3 lines think alike. So he could bring Cuban Link on Drink Champs. Yeah. Now, however, there's levels to this, bro. Now, if there's a nigga out there, he's bashing my homie Cocaine or Black Poet, I'm not gonna bring him on the show. I'm not gonna bring him on the show. Now, there's levels to it. However, this is where blackballing happens. If I go ahead and I tell other people not to bring this man on the show and the domino effect take place. That's blackballing. Now, that's Nori's prerogative. Now, because he has a relationship with Fat Joe. You don't want him airing out his friend. I totally understand that to a degree. But see, what Nori failed to realize, though, is that you still sent that dog whistle. You could have just said nothing at all. But you went public and said that. And now, he sent that dog whistle out to all these other platforms. Oh, Cuban Link bad for business. You don't want him on. You don't want to mess that Fat Joe relationship up. So they all going to follow suit. And that's how it works. That's how it works, man. It's a dirty, rotten game. And therefore, this is not Gilly and Wallow's fault. With Gilly and Wallow doing their job. As a matter of fact, I think them niggas was in Jay Prince's backyard. And I see these goofy niggas up on Instagram talk about, man, Jay Prince soft. You wouldn't say that with that man in front of you. Niggas sitting there with with private profiles trying to call another man soft. That's the funny thing about this Instagram. But I think Prince should have handled it another way. I mean, come on, man. That's a good analogy. Appreciate it. But see, that's the thing, though, man, because they was in Prince's backyard, and you could tell by Gilly and Wallow's energy, especially Gilly. He looked spooked. All that laughing, all that goofing and cutting up, it won't even there in this interview. This shit was serious. And see, my thing was this. Looking at the interview, I know why that they put Jay Prince up there. Jay Prince went up there, even though he wasn't involved with this situation with Takeoff. He went up there because he know if his son go up there running off at the mouth, because number one, his son isn't media trained. He could fuck up and run off at the mouth and just tell things that he shouldn't be telling. So Prince, being somebody that knows media, been in the game for 30 years, he came by to help his son. Because he know Junior will mess up everything. Junior will start running off at the mouth, and next thing you know is bringing heat to him, more heat than ever. And I think also he went up there because niggas on the internet, like I said earlier, talking about, oh, Jay Prince set up Takeoff. So Jay Prince went up there and cleared his name. Like, he went up there and defended himself. Now, I wouldn't have threatened Offset off the end of the show. Like, I wouldn't done that. That go to show you right there, the OG is out of his lane when it comes to the internet. He don't really understand how this thing really works. So they did a good job interviewing him, man. I mean, people got to stop giving black content creators a hard time, because we trying to get content too, man. This shit takes time. It takes effort. We want to get compensated for it. And these rappers want to get in their feelings and want to bully us. But yeah, you ain't bullying Vlad. You ain't bullying Adam. And they the ones making a mockery of the culture. You ain't bullying Mikey. You ain't bullying none of these guys. They making a mockery out of y'all. But yet, you want to come all rough and tough on us. And we the sole creators of this, man. We the ones trying to respect y'all. I had to put that out there, man. I had that held in for a minute, man. Because, I get tired of that. And that got to change. That got to change for real. They didn't do nothing wrong at all. Them guys were just doing their job. And it was pretty ballsy considering that they went to Jay Prince's backyard. And shoot. And then somebody was talking about they should have checked them. Nigga, please. Y'all don't even, y'all people in y'all block profiles, y'all don't even check y'all women. Yet you want him to check one of the most powerful people in Texas? In his backyard? Is you crazy? Yo, I swear the internet give people a false sense of liquid courage, man. They'll say anything up in here, man. But what bugged me out about that interview was when he had Gilly reading police reports, yo. I was like, yo, He said the bullet should have hit Quavo and not Offset. Woo! That was a low-key threat. Woo, boy. All I gotta say is, man, I'm hoping that things get settled. Because if they ain't don't get settled, this gonna get real nasty between Atlanta and Houston. That's all I gotta say about that. And Offset's response, it was the proper thing to say. It was the proper thing to say, but I hope he knows what he's getting himself into because, man, look, people get fooled with this internet stuff. You listen to Whack 100 and all them do all that yapping on Clubhouse. Niggas ain't smacking Jay Prince. Let's just let that be clear. I know people that know the Rap A Lot fam. Niggas ain't slapping Jay Prince. I know people want to talk about, yeah, my block, we get touched. Nobody gonna slap Jay Prince, man. Trust me on that. Offset don't really want it with the mob. He's in his feelings right now. I mean, he's speaking from his heart, but he can't go to war with them dudes, man. He can't go to war with Prince on that. But see, Prince, problem is with him, he overplay his hand at times with his internet thing. Like, you got to stay in the shadows. But see, it happened to Suge Knight. He got a taste of that light. And once he got a taste of that light, he left the shadows and just became a star. Like, he loved the Hollywood limelight. He loved being seen. And the same thing is happening to Jay Prince now. Because in Jay Prince, he had more power behind the scenes. Like, when nobody knew who he really was. He started doing those spoken word threats to Puffy, Suge, and Birdman and all them. Then he got involved with the Pusha T thing. Then he started doing public interviews. I'm like, Jay is losing his aura. Hate to say it. He losing his aura. So now, and plus, he old, man. He don't know how to work the internet game like that. So they can manipulate any form of conversation or his message. So now, somebody like Whack 100 said, man, Jay Prince, you's a bitch, nigga. I spit on you. People gonna look at it like, oh, he violated Jay Prince. Not knowing that this is just a million miles away. How you gonna violate a man on Clubhouse? Really? Jay Prince, 60 years old, still trying to be a gangster. Man, look. Prince, man, I'm like, look, he's already established. There's no question. Anybody I know a lot of people that rap a lot, they'll tell you. He don't have nothing to prove. But see, the reason why he went up there, because he knew Junior was going to fuck up. Junior was going to fuck. Because Junior, he ain't really been pressed. He only did, 2 interviews? Since he started becoming a public figure? So he ain't going to go out there talking about this case, man. Come on, man. He'll reveal so much information, you'll have the D's at their door the next day. He kept Jay on the leash, man. He kept Junior on the leash. So that was a tactful move. That was a protect your ass move. Cause he knew Junior was gonna start blabbing. Like, son, you ain't had no media training. This dude ended up dead on your watch. You ain't gonna be able to answer no hard questions. Let me take the burn of it, even though he wasn't involved. So that's what that's all about. But I'm hoping they work it out, man. Just now, another thing that's happened too was this thing with Takeoff and Offset having a fist fight. That was proven to be false. And I say this, man, I'm glad that it was false. Because them brothers is hurting right now, and I don't want to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's good that came out false. If they did fight, let it be between them. The public don't need to see that. So I'm glad if they did, they handled it, and it is what it is. But other than that, we don't need that right now. We definitely don't need that right now. But nevertheless, to switch topics for a minute, I'm going to need y'all to subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button, man. Every video that I drop, hit that like button, comment. The more y'all comment, the more traffic I get and the more numbers it grow. I need engagement. You know what I'm saying? That helps the channel grow. Also, subscribe to the Screwball Radio channel as well. Subscribe to that. I got a whole I got that on iHeartRadio. I got that on Apple, Spotify, you name it. I got the shows there as well. Like, I'm trying to push these channels. I'm trying to get at least some one of these channels monetized again, man. But they're giving the brother a hard time. But as we about to close up shop a little bit, I just wanted to rap with y'all a little bit. Talk about the Grammys. If y'all have any little questions, man, y'all got 5 minutes to spare. Because after 5 minutes, I'm about to be out. I got some more content to upload. I got some more interviews to book. We got something coming up. We got Blood Raw from CTE, Jeezy's joint CTE. He coming through soon. Goldmouth, formerly from Jeezy's old clique, coming through soon. I got Trio from the 69 Boys coming through soon. Sky Zoo, #1 independent hip hop album. He coming through. The work don't stop, man. The work don't stop. Doing some more interviews with me and Remedy. We're going to be taking it on the road soon. I want y'all to subscribe to the Takeover Show channel. I'm going to be posting links more. I'm going to be definitely more active on this internet thing, man. What's your place on DJ Quick's place in hip-hop? One of the best to ever do it, man. He doesn't get enough accolades. He don't get enough props. That man created one of the biggest soundtracks of my life. One of my all-time favorite albums from DJ Quick, bro, was Rhythmalism. Anybody will tell you that I burnt that album to death, man. That's one of the dopest albums I ever heard. Incredible music. What is your 3 favorite albums of the 90s? Oh, my God. That's a tough one, dog. Woo! Let me see. I have to go with Ice Cube's Death Certificate. I got to go with Machiavelli, The 7-Day Theory. And I got to go with Public Enemy's Fear of a Black Planet. That's off the head. The shit could change later on. What would it take for the West Coast to return to dominance? The West Coast is doing good. Actually doing pretty well. Better than it was before. It's doing pretty well because, you got a lot of young talent carrying the torch. Kendrick Lamar carrying the torch. YG doing his thing. J-Rock doing his thing. Horseshoe Gang with Crooked Eye. Steve Lacy. What's that guy named? Steve Lacy, the R&B dude from Compton. Yeah, he doing his thing. There's a lot of new talent coming out of the West. And they doing Glasses Malone dropped a good project. Corrupt, he's still working. JD from the Lynch Mob still working. Razzcast still working. The veterans are definitely working as well. Planet Asia. Muggs been producing his ass off. He been producing crazy albums for the past decade. It's a lot of heat coming from the West Coast, as a matter of fact. You got Evidence from Dilated Peoples. He stay dropping dope music. Who else? Sugar Free. He's still doing his thing. And Inhale. It's the 30th anniversary of Doggy Style. Where were you when that dropped? Bruh, my daddy had to go to the store and buy it because I was too young, man. I was about 13 years old. I couldn't go to the store and buy it. My daddy had to go in the store and buy it. And I remember when he put it on when we was driving home. Incredible, man. That first the bathtub skit, that was pretty funny. Then that beat, the second beat. Dun, 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 dun. Then he had Lady of Rage open up. I'm sitting there like this. And I was like, yo, Grand Slam, yes I am. Coming up, talk, I don't give a goddamn. I was like, yo. Dre had that production was so sharp. That's my all-time favorite produced Dr. Dre album, the Doggy Style, because he was in a different zone with that. Snoop was in another level with that shit. I still work out the pump to this day. Shoot, I got that on my workout list, yo. But yeah, man, that's my favorite Dr. Dre produced album, Snoop Doggy Style album, man. That album came out, made everybody in my school was talking about it. And Snoop was so impactful, yo. We had niggas wearing, permanent hair and wearing braids and stuff. Snoop, I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. Snoop and Method Man was two niggas that people wanted to be. It was Snoop, Method Man, and Pop. They were the three that everybody wanted to emulate. Cause they had the swag. Their popularity was up there, and shoot, even Tupac was up there because he had a movie with Janet Jackson. Come on, man. You don't get big like that. You ain't had a movie with Janet Jackson. But Snoop album, Doggy Style, incredible work to this day. No matter what he does, man, we got to go back to Doggy Style, man. I just hated that when he dropped the Dog Father. That was one of the biggest letdowns ever, man. I'm like, nigga, how'd you go from that to this? He was beasting on them songs, won't he? Then on the Dog Father. I come and check up at the bed of the jet sometime. Nigga, better stick on the back of the funky rounds. What the fuck is going on, nigga? Talk up. What you whispering for? What's going on? Where's the hard beats? Where's Dre? We need answers. He over there whispering. I got sick of the Dog Father. It's the Dog Father. I'm like, what? What happened? The dog lost his bite. That was one of the biggest letdowns of all time when I bought that Dog Father album, y'all. Bruh. I thought I was trolled. Seriously. I'm going to tell you this. I was so disappointed. I literally played that whole album back to back again. I'm like, yo, this can't be Snoop Dogg. This nigga punking us. That nigga was whispering. The beats was so slinky. I mean, they were cool now when you really listen to it now. I mean, it was pretty dope. But they ain't had that like Dre beats had. When you listen to G's and Hustlers, when you listen to Pump Pump or Niggas and Bitches, those beats have you be like this. Or Serial Killer. That's what I wanted to hear, man. I was like, yo, where is this? His Doc wasn't there to help him write. Yo, Doc was gone. And I think Corrupt and Badass was writing for him. Badass, Corrupt, and Technique was doing a lot of writing for him. But at the same time, his flow. See, we didn't care what he said. It was his flow. The flow is what made him charismatic. But when he lost that, and he started getting it back later on, but damn, that Dog Father album, he let niggas down with that one, man. Dad's beat was on there, won't hit. No, man. Them beats won't hitting like Dr. Dre's, man. He needed Dre. Them beats, they were cool. Superfly beats was cool, but they won't hitting like Dre. I stand on that. I ain't want to hear that smooth shit. I want to hear something to bang on. Nigga was up there whispering. The closest that you got to the real Snoop, the old Snoop, was Vapors. Like, damn. He could have went ahead and put the old pop, some of the collab pop joints up there. That was one of the biggest letdowns in hip hop, man. But yeah, shoot me two more questions. Go after that, I'm about to get up out of here because I gotta take care of some things in the morning. But definitely, man, I thank y'all for tuning in and building with me. You know what I'm saying? We need to interact. We need to interact with our people more, man. We gotta interact with our people more. Do you think we'll ever get a Death Row movie or series? I seriously doubt it, dog, because there's so much controversy. Just with Suge's story alone. Suge's story alone is going to go through a lot of red tape. Like, even when Dre, when he tried to tell the NWA story, Suge didn't like that. So he's going to be the key deciding factor. And if we do get a Death Row movie or series, it got to be through him. And, Dre ain't going to want to deal with him, but Snoop will. Battle Cat, one of my favorite producers. Dog, I like that you doing this. You got one of the best hip-hop YouTube channels, 100. Salute, man. Salute. Yeah, because I like going on live sometime with y'all. Because, yo, man, it's a lot of work creating individual videos. But building with y'all and getting it all off my mind, that's great. Because y'all give me feedback, you know? Oh, yeah, going back to Battle Cat. Battle Cat is my second favorite West Coast producer. Battle Cat and Quick made us, I say this in many interviews, Battle Cat and Quick made us out of towners want to go to LA so bad, man. NWA, the most wanted, all them niggas, they made us scared of LA. Ice-T made us scared of LA. But when we heard Battle Cat, Quick, Q Smooth, what up? Dre doesn't like talking about that era. He doesn't even perform G thing at the Super Bowl. Yeah, he don't like it because it reminds him of the nightmares he went through. See, we got to understand with artists, Dre and artists with Dre caliber, he didn't even like deep cover. And I was like, nigga, is you crazy? You don't like deep cover? That's one of the hardest beats of all time. But see, a lot of artists, they go through that timeline and they go through their dark period. They create some of their best records through a dark period. Cause man, Dre got memories of them niggas getting beat up at death row. He like, man, I'm trying to block that out my mind as soon as possible. Dre saw them niggas getting their ass beat in them death row studios, get slapped around, and he don't want to revisit none of that. Even when he did the Defiant ones, you notice he ain't really go into the death row era like that. Dre seen all that stuff, niggas getting slapped around and beat up in the studio for rewind the tape back too far and all that stuff. He like, man, I ain't trying to revisit that. Let's talk about Aftermath. If we gonna talk about it, we just talk about the good stuff. We just talk about what I found Snoop and we just went there from there. We just talk about the Chronic. Anything after 94, we ain't talking about. We ain't talking about it at all. Shit. But yeah, man, I don't think they could, man. If they will do it, the Grammys was the best show in years. Facts. They needed black folks for that, man. They know that they wasn't gonna pop a rating without us, man. But that go to show you, man. We giving prestige to them. Now we could create our own and keep all the accolades. G's up, hoes down at the top 10 Death Row track. Yes, sir. One of my all-time favorites. Grammys was trash. In comparison to how the Grammys been for the past 15 years, I like this one more because of the hip-hop performance. That's the only thing I really cared for. I didn't really care for Sam Smith dressing in drag. I ain't care about none of that, really, to be honest with you. I just wanted to see how hip-hop was going to be represented. But you notice this. You notice how Pusha T looked when Kendrick Lamar won his album? When had the Grammys not been trash? I'm going to tell you, you don't know when I figured out the Grammys were trash. You ain't had to take Jay-Z and them tell me. When they gave Average Science or whatever some group was, album of the year over 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, and 50 broke all the records. That's when I knew the Grammys was a damn joke. 50 Cent broke all those records that year, and you gonna give it to some one random ass white band. That's what they do, and 50 ain't been back since. I don't blame him. M don't even go to the Grammys like that no more, because he said the same thing. I'm surprised Tupac and Biggie never won a Grammy. I'm pretty sure. See, the Grammys is a joke, man. All Eyes on Me should have been nominated. I think All Eyes on Me came out in 96. And 97 he would have been nominated. Because you couldn't help but to nominate him. Because he was breaking all records. First rap, well, Esham had the first double rap album, but Pop popularized the double album. So all that shit was hits. He was running 96. If he would have lived, he would have cleaned up the Grammys. I bet you he would. He had too much force. M said, you didn't gonna give an F about a Grammy. Yeah. Grammy. And then check this. This is what I noticed about the Grammys. the people that was in the fan tank, like the people that were chose as fans, I didn't see one brother there. It was mostly transsexuals, liberal white women, gays, and a few black women. I ain't see not one brother there. Those are the people that's choosing the winners. Says anybody Pac's year. Pac was about to clean 96 and 97 up, bro. I'm telling you straight up. When he got killed, All Eyes on Me was 7-time platinum. He already had 2 movies in the works. Biggie wasn't going to compete with Tupac, man. With all respect to Big. But Big's work ethic wasn't competing with Tupac, man. Tupac was a next level animal when it came to his work ethic. Lyrically, they could probably say more clever shit. Like Jay, Nas, and Big, they could probably say more clever stuff than Tupac. But when it comes to being on a mission, they weren't going to be able to compete with Tupac's energy. I said that in the video the other day. Because, see, their work ethic is totally different. Because he Big, he was the type, he'll do an intake, do 2 songs, come back 3 to 4 days later, record another song. He'll record about 3 songs a week. And then he'll probably do a little diss record here and there and just drop that there. And then 3 or 4 days, he taking a day off. He gonna go chill. He gonna shoot dice. He gonna mess with these chicks. He gonna go party. Tupac, by the time Big or Nas, Prodigy, or whomever drop a diss record, Pac gonna have 5. He gonna have 5 records already ready to go. They can't compete with him when it came to that. The work ethic was too strong. Because, see, Tupac was a mission-based artist. He had a mission. Them dudes, they took it as a job. He took it as a mission. Nas, plus, you know, Nas is too laid back. Nas and Jay are too laid back to handle Tupac's energy. So that's why they had to handle it in a laid back session. Same with Big. Big was a laid back type dude as well. Them dudes was too laid back to handle Tupac. Tupac would just he'll literally drop a whole 2 albums on their head in a month. So there was no competing with that. There was no competing with that at all. But see, that nigga was on a mission. That nigga was a workaholic, man. I mean, he had Gridlock and Gang Related, All Eyes on Me, Machiavelli, all in 1 year. Golly. And the stuff, not to mention the unreleased stuff that didn't make the cut. The One Nation album. Come on, man. Jay-Z wasn't going to get him for that funk. He was going to. That's why I remember when Clark Kent said that dumbass shit when he talked about Jay-Z had 1,000 bars to Pop 1. That shit don't matter. That shit don't matter. You could say all the clever lines all day. But you got to hit them where it hurts when it comes to diss records. Nobody want to hear all that lyrical acrobat shit. They want to hear straight to the point. You got to hit your opponent dead in the chest to where he feel it. Why you think No Vaseline was one of the greatest of all time? Why you think Real Compton City G's or Hit 'Em Up also? It was straight to the point. Award shows are always going to give it to the most mainstream artists, aka the one that appeal to whites the most, like Emmett, VMAs, Nelly, like, what the fuck at the crowd. Now, you know what, though? Honestly, Eminem and Nelly were like this when it came to popularity. Nelly and M, shit. To me, Nelly and M was like this for years. It was Nelly, M, and Ja Rule. Those 3. They was like this. They had radio on lockdown, but see Eminem, you know, he had the white side, so you know he's gonna skedaddle with that alone. But Nelly and Ja, they were like this, and Eminem was like this. They were the biggest sellers of that year. Nellyville, that was one of the hottest albums of the summer, man. Women went crazy over that shit. And Eminem, he dropped the Eminem show that summer. Ja Rule was running radio. You won't escape in Ja in 2002. And almost had Jimmy Iovine. Tell you, man, Jimmy Iovine. That's where I'm gonna tell you this though. To get some deep shit for a minute. That's where Dr. Dre had the advantage over a lot of people. He had Jimmy Iovine in his back pocket. Yeah, Tupac would have been that Michael Jackson level. Yes, sir. I believe it. I believe it. He had the work ethic. He had the passion. And he was charismatic. He had all those tools working for him. But yeah, man. Jimmy Iovine was the one that carried Dre under that $1 billion. DJ Quick didn't have that. DJ Quick didn't have a Jimmy Iovine in his pocket. So he had to work with just what he knew. That was his music. But Jimmy Iovine, he got him that Billy. Jimmy Iovine got Dre them headphone deals. Remember one day I told my homie Dre owns Beats. He said, no, the hell he don't. Iovine owns him. Yeah, man. It's real deep like that, though. Dre get a share of that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't really pocket watch people like that. But Jimmy get a good share. And see, Dre get a good share. Dre gets a good share of that as well. But he wouldn't have got none of that without Jimmy Iovine. That's no question about that. Jimmy Iovine opened up those doors. You got to have a good Italian Jew in your back pocket to open up your doors to get those riches Dre had. I don't blame him. I salute him on it, man. Like, yo, this is a chess-made game. Why you think his wife couldn't clean him out like that? Jimmy Iovine sit them lawyers on their ass. Shit. She wasn't going to get a damn thing. She got a little bit of that. She was lucky to get that. Shoot, Jimmy, shoot, man, Dre backed by them Italian Jews, man. Shoot, he good. He good. But like I said, y'all, what would you say right there? Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Trying to make sure anything popped up real fast. Yeah, man. On top of that, I'm gonna say this before I leave, man. I want to thank y'all for taking this time to be with me for this hour. I'm about to shut down the shop. It's been fun. I'm gonna definitely do this more. Do the off the cuff radio live streams. I heard there's gonna be a Michael Jackson movie coming out. Yeah, that's coming out soon. What happened to the game? He dropped the album Nobody Cared About This and Eminem that's on deaf ears. I told y'all that was going to happen. See, a lot of people, they rally behind Gang because they don't like Eminem, so therefore they accepted anything that came to his direction. But see, the problem was that it didn't have a good story. Like, why are you dissing Eminem and you've been praising Eminem for 20 years? What it really was, it was a marketing scheme on the behalf of Whack 100 to get some clout for the album. That's all it was. So Eminem, he figured it out. He was like, we ain't gonna respond to this dude. We ain't gonna give him what he want. Because number one, it's an issue that happened out of nowhere. I can't respect that right there. Like I can't respect you calling yourself the Black Marshall Mathers and you call it, oh man, I don't want no smoke with him. Praising this man for 15 years. Your manager getting your ear and all of a sudden you dissing. Now I don't respect that. Game is capable of better. And that hurt him. That really hurt him. Then you went up there dissing Dre and all these other people and stuff. I'm like, that really hurt him. And it's sad because Game is a talented individual. And he's better than that, man. Like, he's real better than that. I like some of the songs on Drillmatic, but he went about that the wrong way. So, yeah. That's what happens, man. Like, he crashed and burned. His manager is more popular than him. How is that even happening? Like, damn, nigga, you the king of Clubhouse. No halftime show for you. Yeah, man. Get your manager off the damn Clubhouse and manage your career. You floundering out there, homeboy. But yeah, but that's a wrap though, man. That's my 60 minutes, man. I'm about to wrap this up for y'all for the night. I see y'all this week. We on lookout for more content. Holla back.